Hi there, and welcome to another Moment with the Mayor. Mayor Keith Eaton here, and we're here. It's a very exciting day today. So we're here with the Florence Football Club. These fellows, Stamatis and Dimitrios, with the Florence Football Club, and it's pretty funny. And we were talking before how exciting it is for an 1866 town to. I guess this kind of makes us feel a little bit fancy when we've got a football club. So, guys, welcome. We appreciate you guys, and over the last year or so, I got to know you guys a little bit more, and most recently, thank you for one thing is our State of the Town. You guys were a premier sponsor for State of the Town, and we appreciate that, and we appreciate the kind words that you guys said. So, Dimitrios, I'll start with you. So, what brought you to Florence?
We, both Stamatis family and my family, have been visiting Florence for well over 20 years, triggered by, of course, the establishment of St. Anthony's Monastery there. We're both Greek Orthodox families, and we've been coming here for years. And when we decided that, maybe it's a time for change for our families, it was natural for us to consider coming to Florence, to be down here for a short period of time, under visas, and then, hopefully in the future, in the long term. So we both have families and children that go to school here. Of course, we love to work here, and this team is an investment on both of our behalves in terms of time and love and energy. And Florence just seemed like a natural place for us to be. I don't want to speak for him, but we're kind of like, we're God brothers, so we have the same mind as it relates to how much we love Florence.
Yeah. Well, and I think, and I talk about this all the time when I'm out speaking around the state about our Greek Orthodox community, and people that have been in Arizona for generations had no idea.
Right.
And so then we point them in the direction of the monastery. It's just, it's just a beautiful, serene place to go out. My wife and I were just out there last month when our son was here from Colorado.
Yep.
Took him out there for the first time.
And apparently it's like number 2 or number 3 most visited place in Arizona after the Grand Canyon and maybe another place. Yeah, it's very, very high in terms of tourism.
It's just driving through our desert to paradise, and when you drive in the drive, and it's very awesome. So we appreciate you guys. So let's talk about the team, Coach.
Yes, Mayor. Mr. Mayor, thank you for inviting us today and being on your podcast. We're really excited.
Well, good. So is the team picked? I know that you guys have been doing tryouts.
Yes.
I've seen that. So you guys were doing some of your tryouts out in the Anthem Parks out there, and I know that you guys were working through that. So do we have a team?
We have a team. So we've been practicing since the new year and having open tryouts, and we've had our second wave of signings of players for this current year. We've had a lot of interest from players, even from other teams that played in the UPSL, and I asked some of them why they decided to come and try out for our team. And they saw the excitement that we brought last year to the UPSL. A lot of them are players that live in the Florence or greater Florence area, some in Santam, and they want to play for a team that's close to home. So what we're starting to build here is a culture. And when we can build a culture and we can build a passion, and I can piggyback on that to drive the team, I think you're going to see a product in the field that's going to be levels above what you even saw last year, because I can use that as a coach, as leverage and motivation. And these players are committed to do well, and they want to do good for their home. I'll call them their home city, their home team.
Well, and that was going to answered my question already. So where do these folks come from? And you said they're kind of local, and it's always amazing to me the level of talent that we have living amongst us that we don't know, whether it's business, sports, and you have no idea, until we get out. So April, you guys start your season. How many home games do we look at here?
We're going to have 5 home games, and we're going to be playing out of Florence High School, the same as we did last year. So that's where we're looking. Is it 5?
At least 4 out of the 5 will be at Florence.
4 out of 5, okay. Yeah. And then, so the areas that you guys cover, so the other teams, where are the other teams from?
Our areas, I think one of our games is 3 hours away. I think nearing Bisbee is the furthest I will travel towards the south. I guess that's the southeast, and Prescott, as far as Prescott, and everywhere in between. So there are two of our furthest games, and then the other teams are in the greater Phoenix area, where most of the teams exist. There is no team in our general area, and that's really should be exciting for Florence and the surrounding towns around Florence.
Oh, it is exciting, and after I was going through, and learning from last year, on the website and following a little bit, and this year's going to be much different because I want to be at every game. So, and and we talked about this at my State of Town, so I've already volunteered to be the water boy. I'm pretty excited about that actually. So, but and anything that we can do to help. Entry fee as far as fees to get into your games.
Yeah, last year we had an entry fee of $5, which is a very, very affordable. And then when there was large family sizes, we would of course give a discount. And the success that we had last year, bringing life to downtown historic Florence, was because of our fee. But also, we talked a little bit about this at the State of the Town. There are 5 I would say common threads with semi-professional teams like ours, but that preceded us across America that had success and brought modest economic activity to the town. And the first of those common threads is an affordable ticket price. A second is a home stadium that's walkable. We want people to be able to walk to the game and really feel like they're a member of the community. I would say number 3 is that our game night becomes like an event night. So our game was not just a home match for us. It actually became an event. And we had great programming. We had a professional, for 4 out of the 5 games, we had a professional singer sing the national anthem, which was beautiful. We had halftime programming, and we want to add pregame and postgame programming as well. So families really feel like they're at an event, not just watching a soccer game. Number 4 is most teams that had success across America had goals that aligned with their town's goals. And we already think that our goals align with the town's economic development and tourism goals. As I said at the State of the Town, we envision in the future, maybe as early as this season, teams coming from BSBU or far further away, possibly in the next season when faraway teams travel to us. We want the visiting teams' families to maybe stay overnight at the Green Tree, and then maybe have dinner late dinner as they spill out of the field, or go for a beer at the Irish Cowboy, or the next morning, grab breakfast at Mount Athos or something like that. We really want visiting players to treat Florence as a real fun, exciting place to stay tourism-wise, so they don't just treat it like in a game. It's actually an event. One of the last common threads with semi-pro teams that are successful is that they have a very, very strong brand. And we want, as I mentioned at the State of Town, we want the name Florence FC, and as Stamatis alluded to be synonymous with community pride. We want to win games. We want people to be proud of our team. And as I said, we also want to elevate to the next level at the Premier Division and have continued yearly success.
Well, and I think that's great because it does. And I would say that we are very much aligned, in our conversations that we've had over the last year or so, and partnerships, that are built out of this town. And promotion for us, we are, and of course we promote our live music all the time. Certainly April, 1st of May, we're going to have that. So it would be so cool, like you say, to the families to come in and just bringing them into town, and showing them what we're doing in our historic downtown. You're playing there, restaurants and stuff. So one of the things that really stuck with me during your speech during our State of the Town was your investment in youth. Obviously, we see these football clubs, in the youth area, the youth ages all over the place, and of course in the Anthem and our historic downtown as well. And you talked about your investment in the youth, not just the monetary investment in the youth, but just like you say, the thought processes and instilling this kind of thing in there. So, what are your hopes for our youth, for instilling this and working with our youth, Coach?
Thank you, Mr. Merrick. That's a great question. The youth is the lifeblood of any town. And giving them something exciting that they can not only spectate, but they can envision themselves being a part of in the future, allows the youth to feel really good about the place that they're in, and the activities that they can be involved in. There's no doubt, and we can speak a lot to what sports do to towns and the benefit it is, not only for a child's education, but also for their confidence and being able to socialize with their peers, to get them out of the house, to get them running, to get them sweating, to get them enjoying an active lifestyle. And I would like nothing more than the youth that is in the Florence and the greater area of Florence to feel like as this team progresses, that they also too, with youth programs, would be able to train, learn more about the game, appreciate the game, even if it just stops there, and they don't go on to be an athlete that plays in college or some high-level club team, a UPSL team like ours, or a pro player. But to be able to aspire to something is very motivating for a child, and that might find its path in different ways and in different forms and in different areas. But as a starting point, I think it would be really great as having a family myself, and my children growing up in sports and activities, as well as Dimitrios. I think that it would breathe more into the culture of Florence, that we promote active lifestyle, we promote fitness, and we want to compete. Feel proud about where you're from, and give your best. Sports can teach us a lot of these things. So there are two major worlds there. There's the fitness and the athletic component, and then there's the social component as well. And I hope that we can build and start to cultivate that in Florence.
And as we spoke about at the State of the Town dinner, Mr. Mayor, younger kids don't tolerate heat as well as our professional athletes, our semi-professional athletes. So we would like to, one initiative that Stamatis and I will be bringing forward to the town is a proposal to build a multi-use athletic facility where our academy students can train in a weather-controlled environment, especially the younger ones, before we expose them to the Arizona heat of spring and fall seasons. And we envision that multi-use facility to be a facility we can share with the town. Imagine how nice it would be on the 4th of July events to have a large weather-controlled indoor environment for a portion of the town's programming, for example. So that's something that we've envisioned, and that also aligns with our goals for a weather-controlled academy environment. The UPSL is the largest pro development league in America with 400 teams. Most of those teams have academies to be able to, as Stamatis said, provide the lifeblood for the later success of the team. So that's a huge priority for us.
Well, and I think that's a priority for us as council and the town, because we're finding, the town getting younger. In some of our areas, we do have a couple areas that are 55 plus, which it's interesting enough, and we hear this often, that 55 plus is not really just an old community. I mean, our folks are extremely active.
Yes.
And you're right about getting these kids out, getting them away from their electronics and getting them out there. And these kids just love this. I have a granddaughter that's playing in Gilbert, and I think it's going to be one of those sports for her. She made her first goal the other day, and it's so exciting. I know the whole team stops. She's 5, so the whole team, the whole team stops and celebrates. And the parents almost storm the field. And it's so awesome. And so we're certainly excited about this and teaming up. So when you talk about farm clubs and feeders, so would you consider yourself kind of a feeder club for the next level of football?
Yes, we would be. We would be if, depending on the success of the team, we could rise to another level of pro soccer within the United States. So we're looking and aspiring towards that as well. And that, again, just has multiple benefits for the town, for the team, for the club overall. So we're thinking big, and we're working to have a great product.
And the upside of being with UPSL is that our players, if they really exceed all of our expectations, because we're in the UPSL and because we're enrolled in nationwide tournaments, if we have an elite player who aspires and it just exceeds all expectations, it goes to the professional leagues, our team can actually be financially compensated for having developed that player. And that helps us succeed as well. It helps our club and our academy to succeed. That's the strength of being in the UPSL.
Well, and of course, let's get into some financial stuff. This isn't free. I mean, this isn't cheap, to do. And I'm sure as the owner and some of the players. So this is a town of partnerships and people that love to partner. So if we have companies, I know that your major sponsor is Florence Copper.
Correct.
Which Florence FC, right? So do you look for, or do you hope to find other sponsors? If I'm a business out there and I love the sport and I love the town and want to do something, do you have different levels, or is there a way to contact you? Will it be on the website? I know the website, you guys are still updating it. I know as of this morning, and I'm just looking for some games and stuff.
Sure.
So is there a way that we can help promote this and kind of what you're looking for in sponsorships?
Absolutely. Well, this is a great forum, first of all, so thank you again for hosting us. We're about a week away from unfolding our sponsorship package for this year, and not only allows for large sponsors like Florence FC, but there are going to be additional tiers where community sponsors like restaurants and shops will be able to have a signed presence at the game and participate in some of the halftime activities without giving too much away. We have some great ideas this year for sponsors.
Okay, good. Well, and so what we'll do is we'll post it for, of course, our viewers and our people. We'll share it on our Facebook page and we'll promote that for you guys too.
Thank you.
Because I think that's important too. And there are businesses that are looking for different outlets and definitely feed into the youth and feed into some excitement. And so with that, guys, is there anything else that you want to add to as we kind of wrap up this podcast? Anything else you can think of just off the top of your head that we haven't covered?
From my end, I'd like to thank you for having us today. Florence, please come out and encourage and celebrate the team that you have here. We're going to put a great product out on the field, and I can't wait to see you.
Thank you.
All right. Well, with that, we're excited about this. You're going to see a lot more out of that. You're going to see a lot more on our website. You're going to see the mayor and council out there enjoying that. So, Stamatis, Dimitri, thank you guys so much for joining us, and we so look forward to April coming up with your games. So, with that, thanks again for joining us on Moment with the Mayor.